Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting and amazing Propagandacast from your host and Pearl Dane, the one and only Master Propaganda of here to glorious 1v1 on, you guessed it, it is Taranto Coastline. In the east we stand with dirty finisher, the German army, taking on the role here of the 16th Panzer Division, 3rd Panzer Grenadier Company, tasked with breaking the Allied presence in the area. Trying to break through here, of course, with a Grenadier double pioneer start. Versus him, we got Havoc, fighting for America, freedom, democracy, here with the 91st Division into a double Pathfinder start. Rapidly moving out to secure as much as he can for freedom and liberty. Double Pathfinder starts are fairly popular because they allow to seize a lot of terrain very rapidly while still applying some pressure. And in particular can be used versus MP40 Grenadier builds, as the Pathfinder quickly move about, they're denying munitions to the opponent, which helps slow down things. Either way though, off to a top-notch match here. As always, a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters for the continued and generous support of the Propagandacast, allowing me to keep making all these videos. And a big thanks to all these charming and handsome heroes of the Propagandacast as well, who keep liking and commenting on videos, which helps with the YouTube algorithms. So, off we go here. Rob's got out there for Havoc. Got those Pathfinders rushing east and northwards. For those wondering what were the role of the Pathfinders, they're basically a part of paratrooper division. They're basically meant to drop ahead of major operations and help, secure landing zones ahead of these major operations. So, there's a little fun fact there. As a fun side note, the British had their own Pathfinders for the paratrooper divisions. Meanwhile, the Germans didn't really operate with Pathfinders at all. I think neither did the Soviets or the Italians. So, Grenadiers sitting out here for Havoc, or not Havoc, but Dirty Finish. We got 2 Grenadier squads, 2 Pioneers, and of course we should expect MP40s as soon as he gets those 50 munitions. Western point secure the Rail squad and the Pathfinders. Havoc is rapidly advancing. First shots fired here by the southern Victory Point here. Pathfinders clashing with German infantry, having located at least part here of Dirty Finish's force. Dirty Finish, of course, quickly looking to push in there on the Pathfinders, force them off the field here. And keep prying eyes away from the German, valuable bits here. Rail squad holding up here, obviously not keen to run straight into the Germans here. Further up north here, we got the Pathfinders of the Pioneers. Grenadiers nearby on reserve here, no sign of upgrade yet here for Dirty Finisher. And we got a 3rd Grenadier squad here up north there. Pioneers being pushed back, Pathfinders riflemen moving ahead here. South side, slow probing here by Havoc's riflemen. Pathfinder there, we got a 3rd rifle on the way here. Pioneers being pummeled into cover there in the center. Grenadiers taking in. And up north here, the advance continues from Havoc. But we've got here the MP40s right around the corner for Dirty Finisher. Significantly boosting the firepower. They quickly sprint in, closing the distance between them and the Americans. And start hosing those for down to Yankees. Meet their machine and pistolen. Ripping through those Americans like a, chainsaw for linen. Anyways, we got veterancy upgrade here, the officer quarters for the Grenadiers, quite good there for the Grenadiers. They get a significant boost, but also they gain experience faster, which of course is particularly good with the MP40s, which is partly why the MP40 strategy currently is so powerful with the Wehrmacht, is you can just go for the officer quarters, get them to veteran fast, and quickly scale them up here. So while they do tend to struggle in certain circumstances, they can be beaten. They're just very efficient otherwise. In particular on maps like Taranto Coastline, MP40 Grenadiers are a particular tough challenge to deal with. Plus, of course, they get free healing, so that's a lot of value you can just generate off these MP40 Grenadiers, and I very much would expect it to get nerfed. We should hopefully know more by the Friday stream, which of course will have been out once this video's up, but by the time of recording isn't, as I operate with a small buffer. Of course, the Grenadiers are pushing back up north here, Pioneers advancing, which is definitely one of the benefits of Company 3. I can actually operate with a replay buff, which is not something you do in Companies 2. I basically had to race up replays almost the same day as I got them. Anyways, Rob's coming about here, capping out there for Havoc. Of course, giving his men there a bit of a boost. Providing a bit of utility, of course, just a nice free semi-infantry in there. Pioneers part of the Rascal pushback. Note, of course, here that Havoc is doing an excellent job hitting Havoc's fuel supplies here, slowing down his fuel income. They're quite consistent. Of course, Dirty Finish is trying to do the same here to Havoc, but it's not quite finding easy success here. Plus, of course, the way Havoc is playing around terrain also makes it harder here for Dirty Finish users Grenadiers until the MP4 is going, in which case, of course, the entire, shall we say, fight dynamic switches to favor the Grenadiers. We do get bars up now here, but still, until they get more BRs up, the Grenadiers definitely will enjoy advantages. Particularly if they get actually 2, the rifle squads will need more experience to really combat the Grenadiers, or even we'll need some upgrades there from the infantry support center to make them more tougher. We got there the medical station up there, of course a crucial upgrade. Up north here, Grenadiers holding off as Havoc position in there. A lot of back and forth engagement. Raft Squad occupying, of course, a nice strong building here against Dirty Finisher's Truppen. Grenadiers, Pioneers heading out here. We got the Panzer Grenadier Company out here, opening up for the more heavy veteran reserves here of the 16th Panzer Division. North here, skirmish continues between Havoc and Dirty Finisher. And far up northeast here, we got the Grenadiers as Raft Squad here, low on health. Didn't have enough time for healing here. The Raft Squad are close again, flanking the Grenadiers here. Dirty Finisher will likely have to vacate the premises before Havoc, well, does them dirty. So, over here to Dirty Finisher, 4 Grenadiers, 2 Pioneers, no MD-42s here, Pathfinder sent packing there. Further up north here, Grenadiers versus the Raft and the Captain. Heavy exchange of fire here. Need to get us some troops, so assist the Grenadiers. We'll need to retreat them soon. They cannot maintain the position much longer. But so far, Havoc, in part again due to the Pathfinder, is able to exert strong map control here, and this is certainly one of the advantages why you still see Pathfinder focused builds. Of course, as of late, GH for Veterans 1 fast out, of course, are also becoming more popular again. So there's a bit of a shift in the metagame as to how people perceive this and that. I think part because, again, once one thing gets too common, then that players somewhat adapt, and of course you shift slight gears there. But anyways, up north here, Captain versus the Grenadiers. Then he's flanking Raft Squad here, closing in rapidly. The bar-wielding Raft there with their port on them, giving the further edge here, suppressing the Grenadiers here. Dirty Finisher is definitely having a rough time of it. Havoc pouring in as many as aggressive as he can here to buy time. Medics on the way there, quite crucial. No sign of any additional elements here. No machine guns or Panzer Grenadier as of yet here for Dirty Finisher. And there we go. Now he finally has the MD-42 on the way there. Probably would have benefited one a bit sooner. And most Vammer builds typically tends to go for 2 to 3 Grenadiers, then 1 MD-42, then the 4th Grenadier Squad. So, but again, it's how you can see, shall say, the metagame involve, like build orders evolve. MD-42 out here for Dirty Finisher. Grenadiers reinforcing, healing, preparing for the next assault. All 4 Grenadiers got some equipped with MP-40s. Pioneers sent scurrying off here. Closing in here with a sprint on the Pathfinders. Right by the center, sending off here Havoc's Pathfinders, who are getting the utility package. Reinforcing, heading north to the Grenadier, machining them for that to catch the Raft Squad in a fairly compromised position. But of course, crucially, Havoc is getting so much more fuel here than Dirty Finisher at the moment, and is definitely adding some pressure to Dirty Finisher. So he's going to have to work hard to regain fuel control. And this also means that, Dirty Finisher can't easily push for, say, a fast Stug, which is typically what you want to do with these type of builds as well. Get in some of the Grenadiers first, build up that early advantage, and then pull for the fast Stugs, or even like a fast Panzer IV. But thanks to the double Pathfinders, thanks to the aggressive harassment here from Havoc, Dirty Finisher's plans move for the fast Stug or fast Panzer IVs, well, not as fast as the Stug, definitely encounter significant obstacles. So again, Havoc here, so far playing a very strong early game, and again, also highlighting just the utility of the Pathfinders. Of course, once Dirty Finisher gets all these MP-40 Grenadiers and going back up in Info 2, Havoc will certainly start to struggle more, but for now, that's not quite what's happening. Raft Squad caught here, we do get a bit of port on them, but there we go, virtually 2 MP-40 Grenadiers is a significant header here for the Riflemen, because once those MP-40 Grenadiers hit VT2, they really start to hit much harder, they scale much more powerful, and then once they hit VT3, things get really tough there for the Bard Riflemen until they hit VT2 and VT3 themselves. Grabbing back northern points here. Grabbing south points here, the paths again, there's just so much action here, so much back and forth here. Dirty Finisher here, going for the support elements. He's definitely aware that at this stage, trying to go for a fast Panzer IV, or fast-ish Panzer IV, would certainly, I think, be asking for too much. In the south here, Pathfinder's about to encounter those Germans. Goddamn Krauts with their submachine guns. Ooh la la. You heard that? Get back here and die like a man. You chicken? Hey, nobody calls me a chicken. North here. Grenadiers with Raft Squad here. Back here on the center. German machine guns forced away here. There's just engagements all over the place. Harassments, maneuvering. And we got a Pioneer Squad who took a hell of a path here, by the way. Cutting through a lot of the sort of less obvious points to harass and cut off Havoc's resources. 2 thumbs up, Dirty Finisher. That's definitely like a pretty rare and risky move, but Dirty Finisher saw the opportunity to do it, and he took it. Meanwhile, he's definitely going to be pushing for Stuck here. Far south here, Grenadiers Rav Squad of BARs versus MP40s. Up here, Rav Squad being surrounded, and I'm sorry if it's going around too much, but there's just fighting happening all over the place, and it's just all these minor skirmishes between Havoc and Dirty Finisher. So now again, we can see there, sun in the northern side has been entirely cut off here by Dirty Finisher's sickle cut there. Thumbs up to that. Back to Havoc. Havoc, there we go. Full rifle. Oh, he's actually gone for 5 riflemen. That's also like a pretty aggressive build in terms of like infantry pressure, but at the same time could also help put pressure on all these, you know, MP40 wielding grenadiers, and of course means once they get going, they really get going. He's also, of course, very necessarily going for the advanced logistics, because you're going to go for that many riflemen. You definitely want them to be cheap-ish to reinforce these cheaper. You might even want to go for survival training to make them even tougher and more durable. We'll of course have to see, but so far here though, Havoc is leaning hard into this infantry build here versus Dirty Finisher. Southie almost managed to wipe an MP40 rifleman, or the BAR rifleman MP40 grenadiers. Charging in the center here. Further up north, the American forces once were threatening their Dirty Finishers and the 16th Panzer Division's fuel supplies. Far south here, rifleman advancing steadily. We got a tank prepper for Havoc, and we got even supply drops available. We've wants more fuel, for example. Actually, munitions, like, fuel is the other one, I think. But anyways, you also got the smoke bombing run here, of course, now available. So pressure so far remains fiercely intense. See, we got 483 to 277. Dirty Finisher needs to get the jackpot in here soon, and we do have the Sturmgeschütz 3 Ausfinke on the way to support here. That will definitely provide him with a significant bit more of oomph. North, the MP40 going to the captain. Sending him running off. Sturmgeschütz 3 Ausfinke ready. Should definitely get that Pillnut machine gun on the way soon. South here, Flammeffe Pioneer versus Havoc's Rifle, who are finally getting more BARs going. He has, of course, gone for the upgrade there so they become cheaper, which, when you got 5 Rav squads, you definitely need to go for an economy of scale there. That's clearly what Havoc is doing. He is playing to the Americans one of their largest advantages in the war, which again is like just economy of scale. Sturmgeschütz almost got his Pillnut machine ready here in the south. Pass been caught here. Could even catch the Rav squad here in retreat, and yeah, I think he could be calling in something to call up retreat, maybe, I don't know. That's an anti-tank gun, actually, in response to the Stuck. Grenade assault here from Dirty Finisher. No, the rifleman's actually somewhat dodged it. Very lucky there for Havoc. That said, we already now have virtually 3 MP40 Grenadier squad. And again, this is, you know, again, the way, or one of the reasons why these MP40 Grenadier strats and builds are so popular and powerful, because once these chaps get to 53 fast, they become so much tougher, while on top of getting all the other bonuses. They can really scale fast. Meanwhile, Raubscom caught the MP40 Grenadiers retreat here. And I think he's calling it a rocket run here to try and save his riflemen, though he may blow them up himself. No, didn't save them, and he dropped the BARs here for the MP40, the Grenadiers to seize there. He should definitely grab them, but I think he's too preoccupied, and we got artillery caught in with the captain and tank front to the Stuck here. He doesn't get the BARs, the machine crew's getting hammered with the grenades. So Havoc is able to narrowly save the BAR. He might even wipe here. Dirty Finisher's MG42. Oh no, he gets away.
Sector lost. No
I live for now, until I die in the Eastern Front, in a mud-filled trench surrounded by dead communists. Grenadiers moving about here. Another MD42 for Dirty Finisher to respond to these very infantry builds here from Havoc. Makes sense, to be honest. There's a lot of riflemen having more machine guns against it. Honestly, it would make a lot of sense. He could also go for more infantry. He could go for like a Stas Truppen there, group there with a mechanized assault group, maybe. But honestly, going for another MD42 and your opponent's like just liking about all these bar-wielding riflemen, does make sense. Stuck up north being repaired here. Sehr gut. Sehr good. Machine gun there reinforcing, healing. Smoke being deployed here. Power punch around the center. Grenadier setting out here. Follow up with the Pioneers. BARs they could seize, but the Germans still. They want to pick it up there with whatever they can. And there you go, fresh MD42 versus the captain. Captain getting met with a face full of MD42 fire there, 1200 runs per minute though. Most of the time, particularly as the War went on, they would be firing 900 rounds per minute because the MU-42 itself could not handle that high rate of fire, so they'd modify it with a heavier boat to slow it down. Still really fast, obviously, just not as fast as advertised in the propaganda. There we go, got the BARs on the Ace MP40 Grenadiers. That's definitely what we call bad news for anyone caught on the receiving end. Hey Carl, isn't that German walking around with a BAR? Yeah, we might be in trouble. Stuke there could try and close in, but he's, I imagine, concerned about anti-tank and then getting snared up at the same time. Far up north here, Havoc, though, quickly pushing up here again, trying to threaten here to finish his fuel supply and try to force him to divert more forces there. Fighting for the south side, of course, continuing to heat up as well. And we're back to Havoc, by the way. Oh, dirty finisher. We'll have to see what he goes for next. Looks like, though, he's definitely planning a Tiger tank, which is, I mean, does make a lot of sense, truth be told. Does make a lot of sense. So he could consider sneaking a Niebler for right now, or maybe a mortar. But we'll have to see him before he goes to the Raft Squad here, forced away though. Double barred. Rifleman there forcing back the Krauts. We got an M18 Hellcat out here to respond to the Sturmgeschütze, and we got Telecalling the MD-42 here, hiding behind the shrubberies. Hellcat straight into the Stuke's line of fire. Exchange there. Hellcat keeps the pursuit. The Stuke does the exact opposite of pursuing and withdraws. Both miss on the next set of shots. Hellcat does not miss this time around. Stuke doesn't even get off a shot here in the south, though. Fighting remains pretty fiercely intense. We've got the bar-wielding MP40 Grenadiers here. Raub Squad counterattacking here and pouring it on them to keep the Germans with their heads down and preferably off. In the south here, anti-tank lit up the MP40 Grenadiers. Aces here as well. Havoc could be a bit risky losing the north side here if Dirty Finishers pushes harder, but so far he is a bit more focused on the south here. Grenades off the Grenadiers, pushing them back. Back reinforcement, we got another Panzerabwehrkanone. 8 Panzerabwehrkanone for Dirty Finisher. Clearly at this point an indicator he's going to... Oh, he cancels it. That's not as hard as an indicator, and he's going to try and stall for a Tiger tank. Though again, I feel like that is what he's going to do here. Oh, the Hellcat's over there thought, like, did he already destroy it somehow with just a single Stug? I mean, it's not impossible, it just would have been a bit fairly surprising. But no, he does go for the Pack 40 after all, the Panzerabwehrkanone 40. Raub Squad caught here, forced to retreat. Stug at it again. Got mines being laid down there, thumbs up to Dirty Finisher. Rifleman pouring up here, Stug forced withdrawal here as the assault keeps up. South side here, Gurney's free from the duties in the south, pushing towards Centre Assist here, flanking up behind Havoc's men, who has suddenly found himself in a bit of a Havoc-filled situation. Quick sprints here. Pack ready there, the Panzerabwehrkanone 40. There we go, folks, now on the MP40 Grenadier squad here. Smart move by Havoc. Dirty Finish causing a slouch. Kind of try to repeat the same effort here. We got almost ace there, grenade on the Grenadiers. Nicely dodged here, of course, also spots the Hellcat. Got Pantherfast here. Friedrich's a Pantherfast. My name is Rudolf. Ah, scheiße. Shut up, Rudolf. MD-42 is the Panther. Pathfinds there, go another squad. The Rife Grenade here, just constant, fierce infantry engagement. There's not really a lot of room here to breathe. I'm trying to, like, keep a more steady pace. No, he does go for the Panzer Company after all. I was certain he was going to hold up just for the Tiger tank, but Dirty Finisher goes for the Panzer Company. Wunderbar. In the center, Sturmgeschütze over the point-blank blast. Fires high explosive shells there, which absolutely reeked through a squirrel nest, but crucially, no Americans. And this goes for visiting squirrels from Pennsylvania. Another series of hits from the Hellcat on the Stug. Need to withdraw here before the Hellcat turns it into scrap. Far up north here, Pioneer Squad spotted here as Havoc responds with the 2 Raft Squads like any mining incursion here. Pack rubbing up the Hellcat, almost got it. Do feel like Dirty Finish could be more active up north and try and get those fuel points, but also the victory points a bit more actively. You also, of course, need to try and close in the gap between the two in terms of victory points. But the Panzer Company is ready. Could go for some Starstruppen. But also, of course, just hold out for a Panzer IV. We'll, of course, have to see what exactly Dirty Finisher decides to do upon here versus Havoc. Going points here and there. Got the bar-wielding grenadiers on the move there.
Commandant, territory sector lost.
Stuk being prepared, bit of quiet here for once, but even that bit of quiet is like, you know, very much contingent, as like, you know, just not being any all-out assaults. In the south, though, bit of skirmishing again here as Havoc tries to tow his way in towards the southern victory point, but Dirty Finish is there to sharply remind him to buzz off in the typical German fashion with an MG42.
The capture point is being overrun.
Hellcat there creeping northwards. We've got mines aplenty for Havoc. Both sides starting to mine down the respective sides.
This should hold you for now.
Heading north with the Stuk. Perhaps got hitting the northern fuel point again. Not far off from a Starstormer squad. There we go. He could go for it now. We'll have to see, of course, if he wants to do it. Sending something a bit more elite. And there we go. Starstorm on the way there. 2 thumbs up. Wunderbar. There go into the fuel point neutral. Of course, again, this fuel harassment is really paying off dividends for Havoc, because it really means Dirty Finish just has me, like, say, pull for a lot of Stuks, or like is able to go for a Panther anytime soon. But even like a Tiger Tank is going to be much more difficult for him to get, because again, Havoc's fuel harassment has just been so effective and nearly all encompassing that just like he's got like a good amount of fuel compared to his opponent. And that's like even with like a Hellcat out already, and of course at least a couple of upgrades here as well. In fact, he's gone almost every upgrade except for the demolitions package. So that really, I think, is a good highlight, just, you know, the sheer fuel difference here between Havoc and Dirty Finisher, and again, just how good map control can really, you know, with those Pathfinders, get you there. Of course, again, most players at the moment like to use Weasels or Jeeps for that, but, you know, Pathfinders, like a pair of them, can be really good for that too. Grenade here on the Stuk, snaring up the engine a bit here. Pathfinder being pushed back by the MP40 Grenadiers. In the south, we got the Starstorm backed up by the Ace Grenadiers here with the BARs. Definitely bad news here for Havoc's men. Riflemen there are being bled out at an incredible pace in the face of so much elite German infantry, and of course, more crucially, so much firepower. Meanwhile, main push towards the cutoff point. Almost got here Havoc's anti-tank gun there. But looks like fortune smiles upon Havoc just ever so lightly here and saves the anti-tank crew from being utterly eviscerated here. Machine gun sending up here behind an old tractor, starts storming forwards. But again, I feel like at this point he should just decide to hold up here and then push northwards towards the points here. Typically on this map, it's really more important to try and control the north side of the map. But again, a lot of players just don't like fighting up there. So again, they tend to like focus on the south here. But typically, if you got the courage and the skills, it's usually much better to fight up north, and you can really like gain some advantages with that. Troops reinforcing healing here. I imagine same here for Havoc back in his base. Again, he's still got a fair amount of infantry. They did lose a Ralph squad. He still has got 4. He's got Pathfinder, he's got the captain, and he's added in a mortar for a bit of a light artillery support here versus the Germans. Starstorm, they're ready to greet the Americans with an MD42. Also a typical German greeting. And there you go, right from straight to the MD42s here, being absolutely mauled here as they are being pelted with insane volumes of MD42 fire. Stuk being pushed southwards, anti-tank and support, and we got artillery fire called in here on the MD42. Dirty Finisher will have truth towards MD42 crew. And up north here, still a bit of pressure here. But both sides are parking the, you know, the vast mass of their forces in the south. Grenades being chucked, M40 grenades doing what they can to defend, but they are taking massive losses as the pineapple grenade shreds some of these high explosive fragments. Mortar fire on the MD42 here, which is now ace level itself here. Rifle being mauled, soon to be pinned down at this rate, but there you go. Mortar fire's almost got Dirty Fish being grenades off of the Pathfinders. Men being shredded by concussive blasts, as the shield hand grenade was not a fragmentation grenade, but again a concussive grenade, relying more on just the sheer explosive force to both stun and do a bit of harm. They're allowing the attacking troops then moving to finish off the rest. So that was, shall we say, one of those other major differences between the Steel Hand Grenade and, say, the Mark II frag grenade, besides the more typical considered, which is just range. But it's also just the way they're meant to, like, you know, deal with, like, anyone on the receiving end. It did give the Steel Hand Grenade also some advantages. As Ralph Squad being met with MD42 fire, Starstorm pushing forwards. As an additional side effect, they did actually have fragmentation sleeves though for the Shield Hand Grenade, which could be attached for extra damage. Delayed fuse barrel shot from Havoc. Up north here, bit of probing again. But Dirty Finish is really just committing the main bulk of his force again towards the south rather than the north. And again, I really feel like he should be committing more in the north here rather than the south. We got a shot out here for Havoc. Back to Dirty Finisher. Closing on that Tiger Tank is almost their fuel and manpower wise. His Starstorm Chiefs Veteran 2-1. Sturmgeschütz arriving. Good shot there through the Sherman side armor. Pack joins in the fun there. Another shot there, Sherman now. Down to less than half health here. Massed infantry push. This dude could actually point blank blast. Yes, he's going to go for it. Oh, didn't hit right in the center of the master. That would have been obviously really bad for Havoc, but an absolutely amazing feeling. Imagine for Dirty Finish out that paid off like that. So we got... Oh, he's also lost the Grenadier squad, so they both still got roughly 4 infantry squads here. Of course, for Dirty Finisher, what's next on the menu, of course, will be the Tiger. He's very close. He's almost got the manpower. He definitely has the fuel. Let's see who goes for next. I'm guessing smoke and maybe an incendiary bombing run. Rascal puncturing the building nearby. Rifleman being absolutely pulverized. Smoke there deployed. Rifleman there finding the position getting suddenly very, very hot. But they do want the Pioneers. Another set of troops being headed north to 2 Grenadier squads being sent to try and hit Havoc's northern points here. Thumbs up to Dirty Finisher. Tiger Tank finally available. There you go, an Ace Grenadier squad. Wiped out. Painful blow there. Down to just 3 infantry squads here. But he can call in the Tiger Tank. And there we go. Tiger has arrived. Sent in from the final 4th Schwere Panzerabteilung, 2nd Schwere Panzerkompanie. Machine guns, of course, continue to give the Havoc's men here a really, really bad time of it. They'll imagine the Tiger Tank's about to do things much more roughly. Last got back caught up by the Tiger Tank, forced away here. Havoc, of course, knows what to do upon seeing a Tiger Tank, and that is to get the hell out of there. Further northeast, shown with support here, pushing towards the northern victory point here. 232 is on 95. Got supply drops here. Drive squad here, getting pulverized, and of course, for Dirty Finisher, he needs to keep in mind the possibility of getting hit with a rocket run now, because he's already been like seen one being used against him, and the rocket run currently is a bit overdone versus Tiger Tanks. So he does need to be a bit careful about that, since, you know, one good strike can knock out his Tiger Tank. Having finally got north here, though, Grenadiers being pursued by that Sherman still. Stug down instead of a bit of a blow there as well to Dirty Finisher. Engineers, Hellcat, they're going to fight over the center. Got Ralph flanking up here, Tiger Tank shooting. Starstorm joining in here. Rifleman get... Ooh, almost got a white pin Havoc's Rifleman, and they're ace level 2. Looks like, though, Dirty Finisher is just beyond that. Very lucky there for Havoc. Very lucky. Looks like one machine is up to cover the northern point here. A bad idea. Of course, some more mines from Dirty Finisher in there could also be a good idea. Still nothing further here.
We are losing control of a sector.
Rifle and Pathfinder, new entertaining Hellcat hanging back here. Tiger Tank advancing, backed up by Starstorm. I shouldn't give in, and there you go. More fighting here, entertaining flying away there. Hellcat getting absolutely slammed in there. Go rocket strike again there. Tiger Tank narrowly turning around. He did see it, did spotted. Dodging the rockets. Thumbs up here though. Does slightly put him into corner there if he's not careful. Starstorm needs to retreat here. Machine gun turning into the advancing rifleman. Tiger Tank needs to back off. He could deploy smoke again with this one. He's got plenty of ammunition to do so. That would certainly assist the withdrawal here of the Tiger Tank. Far up north here, the Havoc is up in the defensive, but it is being massacred by the Info 2 and mines. Minen, meine Herren. And there we go, almost wiping out the entire rifle squad here. And there we go, caught the rifleman on retreat here, getting a weapon Havoc. Delayed fuse barrage on the A-74-2 crew, they need to retreat that. And Dirty Finisher's response to that is prompt. Very good. Engineers being caught here, could get wiped out by Dirty Finishers. Hardened MP40 Grenadiers with those BARs. Sherman trying to fiercely pursue here. Tiger Tank still need repairs. He does need more Pioneers, but he's going for more packs. Panzerabwehrkanone. May want to just retreat those Grenadiers before the Sherman finishes them off here. Tiger tank being sent northwards with a mix of Starstorm and Grenadiers. Still nothing further chosen in the battle abilities. Over to Havoc. Down he just 2 Rival Squads going for more Hellcats to respond to the Tiger tank. Very good. Grenadiers pursuing the Rifleman here. Fighting over the Sun Victory Point remains pretty persistent. And pretty brutal. Up north here, Tiger tank versus the Sherman. Starstorm Pack 40 plank support here. Tiger tank lands a great hit here. Half fate of XT2 almost. In the south here. I feel like it's a bit risky maneuver here with the info too, considering everything. And there you go. Havoc there with a good old double pineapple toss. Wiping out the info to create a sting blow the dirty finisher. Tiger tank being fixed up. Starstorm flanking end here. And we got another Hellcat ready here. Machine there being caught. Pushing up behind here. Almost got the info to clear that again. Tiger tank rhyming, and there you go. A hell of a hit. We could see another White Havoc here, pushing down just 1 infantry squad. And there we go. He's got next to infantry left now. And there you go. Nice match by Sturdy finish on his Starstorm. 2 thumbs up. Meine Kinder. Pathfinders are taking heavy fire from the Starstruppen. Charging in with the Hellcats. Pack 40 needs to set up here quickly. Up north here, fresh fighting continuing soon. We got the Sherman being sent northwards as well here. Pushing in with the Starstorm after the Pathfinders, then tanks and engineers. The Hellcats haven't even been upgraded. Obviously, they're utterly powerless against the might of the Starstorm. There go, Pack snubbing away there. Forced off the northern point. Packs keep up the push in the south here. Havoc loses his engineer squad. Havoc's infantry losses are fairly intense. There go, anti-tank gun crew. Absolutely nullified as well here by the power of the Starstorm, and the Packs are about destroying his anti-tank and leaving Havoc with increasing little hit to withstand the power of Dirty Finisher and Deutschland. Tiger tank pushing forwards here, right-wing forwards. We've got smoke down here. That's actually a blend curve, and there you go, hell of a hit. Ripping through mortar and rifleman alike there. No discrimination by the Tiger and its 88mm high explosive shells. But the northern victory point is being lost. We've got 111 versus 160. MD-42 is setting up here, seized from Dirty Finisher. Tiger tank shoots and whiffs. One engineer's out to help repair all of his stuff. Starstorm reinforcing healing. No sign of additional tanks or anything else here from Dirty Finisher. Does he actually have the resources for it? I mean, fuel-wise, he definitely has. But manpower-wise, it's definitely a bit tougher here. Mine goes off, and the Pathfinders almost wiping them out. There we got 111 versus 151. Pathfinders sneaking about here on the southern right flank here. The 16th Panzer Division and 91st Division continue to remain locked in a brutal battle here. No mercy shown. Hellcat engages straight through the Tiger tank's frontal armor. Starstorm, Pack 40 is at the ready here. Pushing for that far northwestern victory point here. Very good there. No difference on anything else here from a Dirty Finisher. Grenades off here, blend cover chucked, but dodged. Pathfinder inside the building there may want to vacate the premises before the premises are forcefully, well, collapsed upon them. Starstorm forced off due to the MD-42 hiding and smoke, and there goes Sherman going for the Grenadiers here. Still heavily damaged, still lacking more armor. I feel like a Panther 4 really would help out Dirty Finisher a lot now, just for more tank support to can actually push up north as well here. Pathfinder's about to get killed. Here's the building is about to get collapsed. There you go. And we got a rocket strike on the Tiger tank here from an angle I think Dirty Finisher isn't expecting. Yes! Havoc there, completely blindsided him. He expected it from another angle, and instead he drove right into the actual angle. Like, and he just kept moving backwards there, but again, that was the sort of mind messery there that Havoc committed to. He expected their Dirty Finisher again, like, you know, take the more direct path because, you know, again, that's how most people go for it. But, you know, oh, that was so cheeky. Of course, if Dirty Finish hadn't fallen for that, it wouldn't have worked out. But he did. In the end, it was Dirty Finish who got done dirty by Havoc. Of course, he's still in the fight there, but now, armor-wise here, Havoc has a much stronger advantage, and Dirty Finish just wasn't able to pull off enough tanks fast enough. Of course, still has 2 packs. This is not game over yet, but things just got a lot tougher here for Dirty Finisher. Though, of course, again, he still enjoys the infantry advantage. Troops sending out in the south. Starstorm at the ready. They are Veterans here too. Slowly approaching Veteran 3 here. We got 108 as 126. Back to Dirty Finisher. Who also has gone here for the Incendiary Bombing Run, but also Breakthrough to allow him to grab points fast. I mean, that's honestly a pretty good ability here. Panther forming forwards, adding the Penalmount machine and Gewehr. Sehr gut. 114 versus 108. Got the southern point here. We got another Sherman out there for Havoc. Meanwhile, harsh flank here by Dirty Finisher, going straight in here from the north by the center, or from the center towards the south here. Catching a lot of Dirty Havoc stuff here. Well, without anti-tank support, this is a bit more risky, honestly, because the Sherman's going to be like a massive issue for the Grenadiers and the Starstorm. And now we got the other tanks roaming up north here. Tanks and patrolling southwards here. We got 80 versus 108. Machine gun setting up on the point here. Packs patrolling southwards. 76 versus 108 here. Up north here, Pioneer spotted, about to get wiped out here, leaving Dirty Finisher with no Pioneers to repair his stuff now as well. Almost got the southern victory point here. You could go for another Panther 4 in the near future, go for more Stugs. Fresh Pioneers to replace ones lost. Starstorm just healing up, didn't really suffer any losses, would appear. And anyways, Panther 4 the flank with the Hellcat, Packs turning around here. Could light that Hellcat up. No, white phosphorus shell there on it. Packs too slow to set up here. Almost got the Hellcat still though. But that white phosphorus shell and the Panther 4 really helped out Dirty Finisher. We got the Sherman flanking in here. Not Dirty Finisher, but Havoc. And the Panther 4's down now. It's 2 Packs versus 2 Shermans, and 1 Sherman's already outflanked the Packs here. Could be a bit tough here for Havoc. Or Dirty Finisher to recover from here. Got 73 versus 95 here. Pack's trying to do with that Sherman. He's got merging here with the Pack crew to keep it a full strength here with the Sherman, which is trying to push back past the Pack, but it isn't happening. Another Sherman down. Hellcat racing in there. Grenadiers. Oh, so much going on. 73 versus 88. Grenades off here, almost taking out Havoc's machine gun crew. Going for the southern victory point. Up north, the German forces pouring in. We've still got a Sherman there. No anti-tank support. Starstorm Grenadiers are going for the northern Pathfinder squad here. Need the anti-tankers up there. He could go for another Panther 4 now. He could also, I suppose, try and build up for the Tiger tank, though, admittedly, that would be a bit ambitious. 72 or 71 versus 86 here. Pack's been caught in a bad spot here. Panther first off. He could take out the Sherman. Almost got it. Almost. Tactic crude. Almost got it, but the Sherman survives with a little bit of health here. No Panther 4s. Second Pack crew's about to get wiped out. He does get the Sherman.
Our anti-tank gun is out of commission.
Leaving Havoc with just a Hellcat, though he's getting more Shermans himself. But Dirty Finisher not bringing more armor on the other hand. He still has the infantry advantage to some degree. But he's got a few points left. Can he leverage it in time? We got 60 versus 86. Panther 4 and Sherman all the way here. Artillery called in an incendiary bombing run to be more specific. He's flanking in here. 49 versus 86. Incendiary bombing run off here. Pushing north as the Grenadiers and the Starstorm. 45 versus 86. 42. He just needs to do anything he can to buy time versus Dirty Finisher. Almost got Engineers. 39 versus 86. 33 versus 86. Sherman forwards. Ralph squad's about to get wiped out, leaving Havoc with no infantry, but then again, Dirty Finisher's also running out everything except what little infantry is left. His machine crews are exploding. His Pioneers, well, are decomposing at this point. Got 23 versus 86. He could pop here Breakthrough, by the way, but I think in the heat of the battle, he's kind of forgotten about it. But to pop it right here, right, that would be very, I think, very good here. 18 versus 86. Sherman Hellcat pushing the base here of Dirty Finisher. 17. 16. 15. 14. 14. Okay, let's hold it for now. For how much longer? Got the Starstorm as the captain. Almost ace level here. 12. 11.
10, 9, almost 8 on those Star Stormers too. We got 8 points left. 7, 6, 5. He's trying everywhere he can, but he can't get close enough. 4. And Havoc, of course, is just pulling in paratroopers, not really just contested points. 3, 2, 1, and that is GG. Game over. What a hell of a fight. He's so close for dirty finisher, yet so far apart. Again, it was just like that one Tiger tank there. We just inadvertently drove straight into the rocket strike here, as Havoc basically just messed with his mind there. Brutal. That said, again, I feel like he could have been more active in the north here at times. I think that was like one of those minor mistakes of a dirty finish. I think it would apply more pressure on Havoc resource-wise. But at the same time, also just a really strong disruptive game here for Havoc. Really made it difficult for Dirty Finish to play to one with, more of his strengths as the Wehrmacht in this match here. Now, of course, I think was also quite crucial is, of course, Havoc just played an incredibly solid game there. Really making things tough there for Dirty Finisher. Still, also, could have maybe made more use of some of these abilities again, like sooner. I think that was also like a minor issue there for Dirty Finisher. But still, just really well played with both sides. Really close match. So I hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, tell a friend, tell a family, but not your enemies. And of course, you can support the Propagandacaster by donating our pledge on Patreon. Links in the description. This is Imperial Links. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye, everyone.